So I'm back again with another review of DC Comics New 52 Flash. For those of you who do not know, this is Barry Allen. There is a difference. And I also wanted to make it clear that no, I'm not on the Flash bandwagon because of the television show. I was a fan years before that. So now that that's out of the way, let's get to the figures themselves. I'm also discovering that with a lot of these New 52 guys, I don't know what it is, but the joints seem to wear down faster than the rest of the other figures. I don't know why that is, but I'm noticing that I have to be very, very delicate with these figures. I can't really stress them out as much as I can the other figures in my collection. That's because I'm afraid to break them. I had but this is sort of unrelated, but I have a Talia al Ghul, Batman Arkham City, I think that's what she's from. You know, correct me if I'm wrong. But I have her, and I didn't have her but a couple of months before I'm posing her, then bam, her knee joint breaks. Just breaks right off. So now her knee is literally just hanging on, and I can't even do any photography with her, which kind of sucks. But I'm seeing that as a problem with these New 52 guys. I don't even really want to pose them that much because I'm afraid of breaking them at the joints. But as far as articulation goes, you know, it's the standard thing. You know, these New 52 guys, typically, the ones I've been reviewing so far that are in my collection, you know, same deal. 360 arm goes out to about there. Rotating swivel for the arm. Single elbow joint. No wrist articulation. Same thing on the other side. Same deal. Single elbow joint. Leg goes up about that far. Goes back significantly. Which is cool because he's the Flash. He should be running. But, you know, no waist articulation, no ab crunch. But the figure looks amazing. As I said before. Like, this is all etched in. Like, this is not just paint. Like, this is not just painted on. Like, this is actually etched in. It's etched in, and it's raised. Which is great. Which is, you know, these are also, well, these are painted on. Like, the lightning bolts are painted on. They're etched into the the mold, but they're painted, which is fine. The boots look fantastic. Just the boots look great. The boots look really good. The little 360. What they did with this figure is they really, really did capture the way the new Flash looks now. They have all this musculature. He's slender. He's not bulky. He looks like the comic book. And that's what you want. The only problem I do have is that, you know, he has these open hands which make it really difficult to do any photography with him where he's actually hitting anybody, because, you know, he's got the karate chop hand, and then he's got the, you know, I don't even know what you would call this handshake hand, you know, compassion hand. Also, his head is on a 360. Now, I mentioned before that these guys are pretty fragile. That being said, if you are posing this guy, be very careful about the wingtips on his head, because they are very fragile and they will break off extremely easily. As you can probably see, this broke. I had to glue it. But yes, his head does go 360. Another cool thing about this is that, and I mentioned this before in my Hal Jordan review, is that there is a color differentiation between his lip and the rest of his skin, and his eyes are blue. And if you look really closely, I really can't really get it in to focus, but there's also his eyebrows are blonde, which goes perfectly with the way he is in the comic. No, he is not a brunette in the comic book. He is blonde. So, you know, chill out, fanboys, calm down. And like with the rest of these guys, you know, he's kind of a brick. He's a good-looking brick. You know, all the red is spot on. The red is absolutely spot on. I don't know if you can pick this up. I don't know if my camera is picking this up, but the red is spot on. It's an extremely well-crafted figure. And I forgot to mention this in my other videos, for still shots where they're just standing there in a very stoic, very heroic pose, these are perfect. But as far as motion, battles, things like that, and I'm referring to toy photography, not me actually playing with them, because I don't do that, but they're perfect for that sort of thing. And if you do have any of the New 52 guys, I recommend that, you know, even if you're not a hardcore Flash fan, I recommend, you know, picking this guy up just look at him. You know, this character is the Flash. I'm a Wally West fan, not so much a Barry Allen one, but this guy, to me, is the personification of how he's supposed to look in the comic books. Now, I've seen some Flash figures that are absolutely inaccurate. They're functional, but they are not accurate to the comic books. This one is. So, if you do happen to have other New 52 guys, this is one that I can recommend that you probably should have in your collection to go with the rest of them. So, I mean, there's really not much more to really say on it. So, until next time, if you like this video, like, rate, comment, subscribe, and until next time, follow the slipstream.